Hi everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, we'll dive into something really fun, bringing logos and products together. As you know, in the past, this was a really headache. If you had a logo and you wanted to see it, how it would look on a t-shirt, a bottle, or even a van or car, you had to wait until the product was actually produced. And of course, that meant money, time, and sometimes disappointment when the end result didn't look as good as you hoped. But with Nano Banana's logo mockup magic, that's all gone. Now you can see exactly how your logo looks on any product in second. It's not just practical for people who print on products, either it's also amazing for preparing free logo catalogs, websites, visuals, previews before production, corporate presentations, even social media posts where you want to show off your brand identity. Let me give you an example. Yes, first I upload the photo with my logo and a product photo to Nano Banana. This could be a t-shirt. In this photo, a young person is holding a protein box. And immediately after uploading it, I ask, make up this logo with this t-shirt. That is, I'm telling it to adapt my logo onto the t-shirt. In a very short time, it places the logo according to the state of the t-shirt and its wrinkles. Let's continue immediately. I say, make up this logo into this bottle. My logo is immediately placed on the product according to its shape. Effortlessly, with a very short prompt, I place my logo on the products. This time, I'm trying a different scenario. In my scenario, I have neither a logo nor a ready-made t-shirt. But I'm curious about something. I'm curious about how a logo that will be prepared will look on a t-shirt. Will Nano Banana be able to achieve this? I immediately went to ChatGPT and asked it to prepare a prompt to turn the slogan "Life is good" into a nice logo. Then I took this prompt and transferred it to Nano Banana. I uploaded it into a plain t-shirt visual without any text on it. And here's the result. In seconds, a brand new logo was designed and placed on the t-shirt. I had no logo design nor a t-shirt in hand, but thanks to AI, I could instantly see how the logo was reflected on the product. Truly a magnificent experience. So, how would this logo and the t-shirt with the logo look on a model? That's why I immediately prepared a very simple prompt with another short following prompt. Wear this t-shirt on this man, and you can see the result. Our logo looks great on the model with the t-shirt. Finally, let's try to put a She Köfte raw meatball logo on this minibus. Let's immediately upload our logo and the minibus to Nano Banana. And with a very simple prompt, let's say wear this logo on this van. In a short time, our logo was applied to the vehicle. We can also use this in different scenarios in different ways. If we want to know how it looks when applied beforehand. If we don't want to spend money, Nano Banana will be enough for you. One more quick scenario together, just to see how far we can take this. Imagine this time we're working with a logo and a handbag. Pretty simple, right? So first, we upload our logo and the handbag image into Nano Banana. Now, here is where the magic happens. You can guide it with something like, create a mock-up of the logo professionally integrated onto the handbag, ensuring the logo is clearly visible and aesthetically placed. In just seconds, Nano Banana gives us a polished mock-up, and suddenly the logo looks like it has always belonged there, clean, stylish, and ready to impress. It feels almost like you skipped weeks of design work. But let's not stop there. What if we take it a step further? This time, We upload a model and imagine showcasing the handbag in a real lifestyle context. To make it happen, you could say, produce 4 B-roll video clips featuring a model holding the handbag with the logo in a well-lit, stylish studio environment, highlighting the bag's design and the logo's placement. And just like that, Nano Banana delivers. Within moments, you got super images where the model is confidently holding the handbag, the logo is in focus, and everything feels professional like something pulled straight out of a fashion campaign. That's the beauty of these tools. You start with a simple mock-up, and before you know it, you are producing high-quality visuals that once required big budgets, long hours, and entire creative teams. To wrap things up, I want you to know that I've prepared a list of ready-to-use example scenarios and prompts for you, which you'll find in the attached file. They'll give you plenty of inspiration to practice and customize for your own projects. So that's it for today's lesson. Keep experimenting, keep playing with these ideas, and you'll be amazed at how quickly your creative projects come to life. I'll see you in the next lecture. Hi everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to have a look at Nano Banana's photo editing superpowers. This is where the things start feeling a little bit magic. You can add new objects, remove the new ones you don't want, play with angles, adjust colors, swap out entire backgrounds, or even change the mood of the photo with just a tiny details. And here is the kicker. You don't need to be a Photoshop wizard to do any of this. Nano Banana does it in a seconds and it feels almost too easy. Moreover, it's possible to add emotions to scenes and strengthen the atmosphere. Thus, photos become both aesthetic and impressive. First, let's take a look at this photo. We've got a red phone cabin, lots of people, and a crowded street. Right in the middle, that cabin really stands out. And normally, you'd think, well, that's a tough Photoshop job. Only an expert could fix this. And it would take hours. But thanks to Nano Banana, that's not the case anymore. All I do is upload the photo and give it a clear instruction. Of course, you can just type something simple and get a decent result. But if you want it perfect, here's the trick. Ask ChatGPT to write you a detailed, polished prompt. That's what I did here. So my instruction was, remove the red telephone booth from the foreground. Paint the area with a hyper-realistic reconstruction of the existing environment, seamlessly extending the cobblestone street and blending the surrounding architectural details. Maintain the original diffuse sunlight and soft shadows to ensure no visual artifacts or inconsistencies appear in the final image. The result should look as if the object was never there, preserving the photo's original mood and composition. I sent this to Nano Banana and instantly it understood exactly what I wanted. It knew the booth was the target, it recognized its position, and it kept everything else in place. Then the in-painting kicked in, that's just filling the empty spot. But instead of guessing, it studied the cobblestones, the buildings, the lighting, and rebuilt everything so naturally that the scene looks untouched. The lighting is key. If the original had soft sunlight and shadows, the AI makes sure the new part looks the same. That way nothing feels pasted in. And when you say things like no artifacts or inconsistencies, you are basically asking it to polish the final image so it's smooth and clean. Behind the curtain, it works almost like a pro digital artist. It masks the cabin, studies the surroundings, predicts what should be behind it, rebuilds those missing pieces, adjusts the light, and then blends it all together. The whole process takes seconds. And the result is amazing, the phone cabin is gone, and it looks like it was never there at all. Okay, Now let's continue and look at this next picture. We've got a couple sitting in a cozy coffee shop, drinking their coffee and clearly enjoying themselves. When you first see the photo, it feels warm and cheerful. The sunlight is soft, the colors are golden, and the whole atmosphere makes you feel happy right away. So here's where Nano Banana steps in. I upload the image, and this time, instead of removing an object, I want to completely change the mood. I asked it to transform the scene into something more dramatic, shift the colors into a desaturated, cooler palette with a subtle blue tint, almost like a cinematic thriller. Now, you don't always have to write a super long instruction. You can keep it simple and still get a solid result. But just like before, if you want it really polished, ChatGPT can help you craft a more detailed prompt. For example, here's the one I used. Transform the lighting and atmosphere of this scene into a high contrast, moody film noir aesthetic. Apply dramatic volumetric lighting with a single harsh key light source coming from a window on the left. Introduce deep, inky shadows to obscure parts of the background. Adjust the color grading to a desaturated, cool palette with a subtle blue tint, reminiscent of a cinematic thriller. The subject's expressions should remain happy and candid, creating a powerful emotional juxtaposition with the dark and serious setting. And here's the magic, the change was instant. The cheerful little coffee shop suddenly looked like a scene straight out of a film noir. The warm golden glow was gone, replaced by sharp contrast of light and shadow. The background fell into darkness, almost disappearing in places, while a strong light from the left cut across the scene. The colors turned cooler, almost metallic, with that subtle blue tone giving the photo a moody cinematic edge. What I love most is that Nano Banana kept the couple's expressions exactly the same. They're still laughing, still having fun, but now in this dramatic, almost mysterious atmosphere. That contrast between their joy and the dark, serious environment makes the image so much more powerful. It feels like you are looking at a movie still rather than a casual cafe snapshot. Now, let's switch things up and look at another ability of Nano Banana, advanced object editing with contextual in painting. This time, I've got an image full of different sneakers, all in various colors. Right in the middle, there is a red sneakers, and I want to change just those into a deep, rich cobalt blue. So the first step is simple, upload the image. From there, you can give Nano Banana a quick instruction like, change the red sneakers to cobalt blue. That works fine. But if you want precision, especially for a professional result, it's better to be specific. That's why I included the exact color code cobalt blue, number 0047AB. When you do that, you are telling the AI not only which sneakers to target, but also the exact shade you want. Here's the full instruction I used. Isolate and change the color of the red sneakers only to a deep, rich cobalt blue, number 0047AB. Ensure the new color maintains the original texture, highlights, and shadows of the material, appearing completely natural and photorealistic. Do not alter the colors of any other sneakers or the background. The final image should be a ready-to-use e-commerce asset. The result blew me away. Instantly, the sneakers switched from bright red to this striking cobalt blue, and what really impressed me was how natural they looked. The texture of the material stayed the same. You could still see the fabric, the stitching, the shine on the surface. The highlights and shadows adjusted perfectly to the new color, so it didn't look flat or painted over. It felt like the sneakers had been designed in that shade from the beginning. And even better, everything else in the photo stayed untouched. The other sneakers, the background, all completely unchanged. That's what makes this so powerful. It doesn't just recolor, it isolates, transforms, and keeps the image photorealistic. In the end, you get something that looks like a polished e-commerce product shot, ready to use immediately. Now, let's switch gears and look at one of my favorite tricks with Nano Banana, consistent character editing and environment swapping. Imagine you take a simple portrait photo, nothing fancy, just a regular picture of yourself, and then you drop it into Nano Banana. From there, you can send it into a completely different world, and yet the person in the photo still looks like you. That's the magic here. You can change the setting, the clothes, even the whole atmosphere. But the character's identity remains consistent. For this experiment, I uploaded a straightforward portrait shot and decided to push the creativity to the next level. With a little help from ChatGPT, I asked Nano Banana to place the man from this photo into a new fantastical scene. Position him standing on a rocky outcrop overlooking a majestic alien planet with two moons in a twilight sky. Dress him in a detailed medieval-style knight's armor with a flowing cape. The lighting should be a vibrant mix of blues and purples from the two moons, casting long, sharp shadows. The man's face and smile should remain consistent and perfectly integrated into the new environment, demonstrating seamless character transfer. The result blew me away. Suddenly, the same man from the plain portrait is transformed into a heroic knight standing on a rocky cliff with two glowing moons in the background. The armor looks real, with metallic reflections catching the moonlight. The cape flows naturally, the lighting feels cinematic, and yet his face and his smile are still perfectly him. It's like the photo was always meant to exist in that fantasy world. What I love most is how professional the final image feels. It doesn't look like an AI mashup. It looks like a piece of high-end concept art you'd expect from a movie studio. And it all came from one simple photo and a well-crafted prompt. Now, I want to show you something I like to call multi-stage iterative editing. This is where Nano Banana really starts to feel less like a tool and more like a creative partner. Because you don't just stop at one edit, you can build layer by layer, shaping the scene step by step. Think about starting with a completely empty room. That's our canvas. Then, I uploaded a picture of a sofa I liked and gave Nano Banana a direction. Add a sleek, modern, mid-century style sofa in a natural gray color to the center of the room. Place a minimalist floor lamp behind it, providing a warm, subtle light source. Instantly, the room wasn't empty anymore. There it was, a stylish sofa perfectly centered, the texture and lighting looking natural, and behind it, a simple but elegant lamp casting that warm glow. It already felt like the beginning of a magazine interior design spread. But here's the beauty of iterative editing. You don't have to stop there. I pushed it further with another request. On the sofa, add two textured throw pillows. One in a burnt orange and the other in a deep emerald green. On the floor, to the left, place a large, geometric patterned area rug in tones of black and white. This time, the scene came alive with color and personality. The pillows gave the sofa depth and contrast, while the rug grounded the whole space, making it look like a real, lived-in room. And finally, for the last iteration, I decided to polish everything into a professional showcase. I asked Nano Banana place a large, framed abstract painting on the wall directly above the sofa. The painting should have a color palette that complements the pillows. Introduce a small, healthy potted plant on the floor next to the sofa. Finally, enhance the overall image to a professional interior design magazine shot quality, with increased sharpness and balanced exposure. The transformation was stunning. Now, instead of just a plain digital room, I had a fully styled interior that looked like it came straight out of an architectural digest. Every detail, from the balance of colors to the crispness of the textures, worked together seamlessly. This step-by-step approach shows how Nano Banana lets you guide the creative process like a designer would, first laying the foundation, then adding personality, and finally polishing it to perfection. I don't want to walk you through every single step this time, but let's take a quick look at how iteration works when you keep building on top of the same scene. First, I asked Nano Banana to change the wall color to a soft light green. The whole atmosphere shifted, the room felt fresher, brighter, almost more welcoming. Then I pushed it further and said, add a bookshelf on the right side. Just like that, the space gained character, like someone actually lives there. And for the final touch, I asked Nano Banana to place a family inside, enjoying themselves, laughing together. Suddenly, what began as an empty room had transformed into a warm, lively space, full of personality, a beautiful family moment captured in a cozy design setting. Hi everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to have a look at Nano Banana's photo editing superpowers. This time, I'm accessing Nano Banana via gemini.google.com for the sake of variety. 2.5 flash is selected on the left side. I immediately write my prompt and upload my photo. My photo is of people on a beach. I immediately write a very simple command. I say, can you remove the people? And in a short time, it removed all the standing people. Of course, my prompt was very general. So, because it was in a way that AI wouldn't fully understand, it naturally didn't remove those swimming in the sea and those lying under umbrellas. Again, when you give your specific prompt more clearly, you will be able to get all the operations as you wish. Again, for a different photo edit, I have a photo of young people waving their hands. Let's give some of them umbrellas and make the scene dramatic. For that, immediately after uploading my photo, I enter my prompt, make this in dramatic lighting, and some of them are holding umbrellas. So I'm saying, turn the scene dramatic and give some of them umbrellas. And in a very short time, some of them have umbrellas in their hands and the scene is dramatic. We can use it very simply. Let's do another edit. Right now, I have a model. Whether it has a background or not isn't very important. Nano Banana understands everything, and I also have a sports car. My prompt is again a dramatic scene, professional shot. This man is standing next to this sport car. I am saying a dramatic and professional scene, a shooting. That is a photo shoot. At the same time, I am saying this man is standing next to the car and my scene is immediately set up beautifully. You can improve the scene a bit more with different lighting and subsequent prompts. I did the same example for myself again. It beautifully created the scene by completing me, even though I was only half in the original, in accordance with the scene's lighting. Consistent with the prompt, of course, we can also colorize a black and white picture, old pictures. For this, our prompt is immediately colorize the image, that is, colorize the picture. Our black and white picture immediately turns into a very beautiful color photo. Again, I put a photo of people with several different colors. I told them something like this. I said, change to all clothes of yellow. Here, it didn't change all of them, but adjusted two of them as it saw fit. As I said, if you use simple and not fully understandable prompts, it acts according to its own will. I wanted to exemplify this too. And by insisting a bit, I again asked it to turn another group of people's t-shirts completely yellow. But just as it didn't change one person, it seems to have taken a stand against this person despite several prompts. It's not making him yellow. I don't understand. I guess if we make our prompts more serious, we'll achieve what we want. Again, let's see a different variation in photo editing. For example, we have a selfie photo of a happy woman taking a selfie and smiling on a summer day. Let's immediately turn this into a winter photo. My prompt is again very simple. Turn this scene into a winter scene. When we say turn it into a winter landscape, it quickly transforms the scene into a winter scene, in direct proportion to character consistency. Let's also make the woman sad. Immediately, very simply, make the woman sad. And we can see the scene again, both in a winter setting and with the woman taking a selfie in a sadder way. Making these kinds of edits with Nano Banana is really very simple. Welcome back. In this section, we'll discover one of Nano Banana's most fun features. I call it the Nano Banana Character Wizard. Here, we don't just edit photos. We can also play with hairstyles, dress in brand new clothes, and even travel through time to experience how we'd look both in the past and in the future. That is, we can try a modern haircut, or wear historical clothes, or look at our modern style in the future. All of it is possible. In this section, we will test Nano Banana's Character Wizard feature. Come on, let's try it together. For example, let's immediately want to create a photo for a professional LinkedIn profile. I immediately uploaded my own photo, and my prompt is apply a formal business outfit, modern office background, and professional LinkedIn vibe. I'm saying I want a suit, an office background behind me, and a professional look. I want it to put a suit on me, and it quickly fulfills my request. We really create a nice LinkedIn profile in a very short time. This could be very useful for us if our professional life is still active. And let's have our natural self. If we want a photo we can put on social media in our daily clothes and want to diversify these photos, we can immediately upload another photo of ourselves and write a prompt to Nano Banana. Give me a confident Tinder photo with natural lighting and casual clothes. When we say show me in natural light and casual modern clothes for social media platforms with confidence, it quickly gives us a nice photo. With natural lighting, it put a shirt on us and arranged our hair accordingly. Quite nice. We can produce many things for social media and put them here. Again, if you want to create a different profile photo for social media platforms like Facebook or Instagram, we can again turn to Nano Banana. This time, after uploading my photo, I give a prompt. Make this photo a stylish Facebook banner image, colorful and friendly. We are asking it to prepare a colorful, friendly, and Facebook-style banner photo. It immediately creates the photo. It preserved us exactly in terms of character consistency. It also put colorful icons and images in the background and said, "Hello world." It created a suitable photo for Facebook. Okay, now let's take a quick look at some of the different variations you can create with Nano Banana just by using simple prompts. The nice thing is, these images can cover all kinds of themes, whether you are aiming for professional and business photos, social media and lifestyle shots, or even creative and thematic visuals. Let's start with a professional example. Imagine you need a polished photo for a corporate bio. After you upload an image of yourself or whoever you want to feature, you can use a prompt like this. Generate a professional photo for a corporate bio. Subject is in a smart casual outfit, seated at a desk with a laptop. Background is a clean, minimalist office with warm lighting. Focus on a knowledgeable and calm expression. The result is exactly what you'd expect. A clean, modern-looking office setting with the subject appearing approachable yet professional. The lighting adds warmth, making the photo feel trustworthy and ready to be used on LinkedIn, a company website, or even a conference profile. Now, let's switch the tone. Say, you need something more academic. Here's another prompt you could try. Create a headshot for an academic profile. Subject is wearing a tweed jacket, standing in front of a bookshelf. The style should be scholarly and serious, with warm, low-key lighting. What you get here is an entirely different vibe. The subject looks more intellectual and serious, almost like a university lecturer or researcher. The bookshelf background immediately signals academic, while the lighting keeps the photo grounded and professional. And now, let's look at a few variations designed for social media. You'll see the prompts written above, and right below each one, the image that Nano Banana generated from it. To make things easier for you, I also included a full list of all the prompts we used in this lecture, plus some extra variations with different scenarios. You'll find those collected in the attachment at the end. Hi everyone. Generally, I know everyone would like to see themselves with very short hair, but they wouldn't dare to do it in reality, in real life. They wouldn't want to cut their hair very short because they don't know how they'd look. Well, Nano Banana solves this problem too. I immediately write, give me a short buzz cut, clean and sharp. So we are saying, show me my short-haired, clean and sharp version. First, of course, we upload our photo and Nano Banana immediately shows us our short-haired self. In short, we can now see our short-haired version from various hairstyles with a single click. Of course, since Nano Banana can now show us hairstyles freely, I immediately wanted to try my luck and created a very simple prompt. Preview 3 hairstyle variation in separate version. So, can you show me 3 different hairstyles in 3 separate versions? This is completely a gamble, like a lottery. Let's see what it did. The first of the 3 hairstyles is quite nice. Daily, a bit shorter, more suitable for school and work life. A casual hairstyle that could be formal. The second one created a slightly more free, slightly longer cooler hairstyle, usable by confident people. But the third one, of course, turned out a bit strange. It turned me into a rock singer. It was funny, but still. Nano Banana sent a long hairstyle suitable for my head shape and face structure. So this means that stylists can actually use this program comfortably. All they need to do is create the hair model they will design as a good prompt. Of course, on top of all these hairstyles, I also wanted to give myself an Eric Harland haircut. Nano Banana can take you back in time with an easy prompt using your reference photo. If you're old enough, you'll remember old photos. If you wanna know, take photos like them. Wear their clothes, or if you're young and you want to know how you look like in the 70s, you can start with a prompt like this. Generate me look like I am in 1970s retro clothes, film green and warm tones. It's ready-made prompt. We're asking to generate a photo of in 1970s retro clothes with film grain and warm tones. In a very short time, Nano Banana transforms you into the 1980s retro style. Let's try the 90s too. Immediately, transform this into a 1990s vibe, Polaroid, artistic, vintage color, grunge outfit. I wrote a prompt suitable for the 90s again. As I said, you can translate in this ChatGPT or similar generative AI tools, large language model. and create your own 90s outfit or clothes style. Immediately after trying this, it gave me a Polaroid photo like this. Let's try a 1920 flapper style. Here is the prompt. Pretty clear. A short curved bob, a beaded headband, and a sepia tone with a little blur, so it feels like an old film photo. The AI picked that up and transformed your image beautifully. It swapped your original curly hair for a sleek, wavy bob, added that decorative beaded headband, and then washed the whole photo in a warm sepia filter. On top of that, it gave the picture a slight blur and grain, which really sells the vintage early movie look. Now, moving to the old Hollywood glamour look. Here, you ask for a wavy, asymmetrical bob with a side part, soft lighting, and some black and white film grain. The AI delivered a very polished result. It shaped the hairstyle exactly as you described, with that dramatic side part that's so typical of Hollywood icons. The lighting was softened, almost glowing, to remove harsh shadows, and finally the image was converted into black and white with just the right amount of film grain. The end result feels like it could have been a studio portrait from 1930s. And just so you know, you'll find a full list of these prompts, along with plenty of extra variations you can experiment with in the attachment under this lecture. Hi, welcome back. Now let's move on to another feature I've named Product Wizard for Nano Banana. We are going to create a different use case. First, let's imagine we just have a regular drink in a glass. As you can guess, it has no brand value, no transform product form, or advertising power. But with Nano Banana, we're going to put it through a transformation process. In the first prompt, the drink in the glass will magically turn into a product box. So, we'll try to turn it into a branded product with a logo and slogan on it, no longer just a drink. Then, in the second step, we won't leave this product alone. We'll add a story to it. Thanks to Nano Banana, we'll try to create advertising scenes. A model will hold the box. There will be a powerful atmosphere, and that product will turn into a real advertising visual. Thus, we will complete a process from just a glass to a professional advertising campaign in a few steps. What are the benefits of this? We can quickly create visuals without costs for developing products from scratch. This is very important, isn't it? Or we can turn an unbranded drink into a professional product in minutes. We can also conduct marketing tests that will create a real advertising scene. We don't have any products, nothing. Isn't that great? Of course, besides this, most importantly, we can achieve production power without spending time, money, and on design teams. I also actively use Canva, and from there, I found a photo of a smoothie in a glass with strawberries and ice in it. I want to combine this photo with a box that can have advertising value and a logo. Again, very simply, turn this smoothie into an energy drink can featuring the elephant logo with wings. Here, I again said turn this smoothie drink into an energy drink can and make it into a can for me with an elephant logo with wings. And in a very short time, it turned our movie and energy drink into a box that could have advertising value. But of course, I said wings, and it probably didn't understand that. It understood its ears as wings, but I think it made a very nice and successful transformation. If we develop it a bit further, having an influencer hold this box in studio lights would be more eye-catching. Let's try that immediately. I say generate an influencer. She's holding this can in the studio, professional lighting and shot. and in a short time I get a wonderful advertising visual of an influencer holding this box. We had this drink held by an influencer in a nice studio, but to make it more suitable for a poster, a cover photo, an advertisement, I applied another prompt. It's like this. If you want, you can pause the screen and save it. And it created a photo like this for me. And I even wasn't satisfied with that. I prepared a subsequent prompt for another cover photo that I wanted to be more professional. It created an advertising poster or cover photo for me with more vibrant colors, a bit more striking and eye-catching. So, as a result, you can produce a path from just a photo to an advertising campaign completely free of charge with zero cost. To diversify this feature of Nano Banana, our system works very briefly as follows. For example, you have a sunscreen and you need a model. We upload the visuals of the model and sunscreen to Nano Banana. Afterwards, we enter a 1 or 2 sentence command prompt that describes the scene we have in mind. I've already shown all the prompts on the screen. The magic begins right here. The artificial intelligence can create breathtaking or magnificent visuals that we can use directly in advertisements or catalogs by increasing the value of the product many times over based on the commands you give. By increasing the variety of prompts in this way, it's also possible to obtain different photos and different shooting scenes in your catalog. Here's another situation. Let's say you just have a simple image of a bottle and you want to turn it into a professional looking studio shot. For example, I uploaded a basic drink bottle photo and then used this prompt. Put this bottle in a luxury restaurant. In just a short time, Nano Banana generated a super high quality image. The bottle wasn't just dropped in randomly, it was carefully placed on a beautifully set restaurant table. You can actually see the fine details. Polished cutlery, soft ambient lighting, maybe even a blurred background of elegant decor. The reflections on the glass look natural, and the overall composition feels like something you'd see in a premium advertisement or a product catalog. The transformation is striking. What started as a plain bottle photo instantly became a polished, professional shot that looks ready for marketing. Now, let's take it a step further and make the image even more professional by adding more details. This time, I used the prompt, a woman is holding this bottle and she is wearing a black dress in this modern restaurant. The result was an absolutely stunning shot. The woman looks elegant and confident, dressed in a sleek black outfit that fits perfectly with the upscale restaurant setting. She's holding the bottle naturally, almost like a lifestyle advertisement. The modern restaurant background adds sophistication with warm lighting and stylish decor that really completes the scene. What started as a plain bottle photo has now evolved into a polished, magazine quality image that feels like it belongs in a luxury brand campaign. Okay, next situation. This time I have 2 small bottles. It could be shampoo, maybe a cream, basically a skincare product. I wanted something more attractive, more professional, like the kind of image you'd actually use in a high quality advertisement. So, I gave Nano Banana a prompt for that. You can find the exact prompt in the attached list under this lecture. The result was just perfect. The bottles were placed in a clean, elegant setting with soft lighting that highlights the product beautifully. The reflections on the surface looked natural and glossy, giving the bottles a premium feel. The background was minimal but stylish. Exactly the kind of aesthetic you'd expect from a skincare brand ad. Together, all these details made the final image look polished, modern, and ready to be used in real marketing materials. To make it even more attractive, I wanted a closer, more focused shot. So this time, I gave the prompt. Close shot of one bottle and model is wearing a bathrobe. The result came out fantastic. The camera angle was tighter, zooming in on the bottle, so all the attention is on the product. The model in a bathrobe added a fresh, natural, just out of the bathroom feel, which fits perfectly for skincare or wellness advertising. The soft textures of the robe contrasted beautifully with the sleek surface of the bottle, making the product pop even more. The overall vibe felt clean, authentic, and very lifestyle oriented, exactly what you'd expect from a modern skincare campaign. So, for this final case, I wanted to push Nano Banana a bit and see its limits when we give it a really detailed text prompt. On one side, there's a clear glass bottle of whiskey lying on its side, showing off that rich amber color. Next to it, a couple of short glasses filled with the same golden amber drink, with melting ice cubes catching the light. And then, to finish the scene, a cigar resting casually across one of the glasses. Now, here's the thing. Nano Banana instantly gave back a shot that looks like it came straight from a professional studio. The composition, the lighting, the textures, everything felt advertisement ready. Honestly, this is the kind of image that could go straight into a premium product campaign. Now let's move on to a different feature of Nano Banana, the film wizard. Do you think Nano Banana can be a film wizard? Can it offer magic for filmmakers? Now let's move on to a different feature of Nano Banana, the film wizard. Do you think Nano Banana can be a film wizard? Can it offer magic for filmmakers and content creators with its ability to create different scenes from one scene? What does this mean? This tool not only thinks in the dimensions you describe, but also creates completely new and original visuals by changing everything down to the scene lighting. One of the most attractive aspects of this system is its ability to turn your imagination-based scenarios into reality. How? For example, if you have a character photo and a different scene image, you can upload these two visuals to Nano Banana and ask it to create a completely new scene. The artificial intelligence not only creates a new composition by combining existing photos, but also applies many atmospheres, from day to night, bright to dim, by changing every type of lighting. Isn't that beautiful? This feature is a great convenience for filmmakers. Thanks to AI programs like Clean AI, it is now very easy to create logical transitions by defining the first frame and the last frame of a scene. That is, you give the first scene and the last scene. It fills the in-between as a video. When Nano Banana is combined with such programs, we get the chance for professional film shoots beyond our imagination. Isn't that incredible? Let's take another look at what this next generation tool can do. Now I have a scene like this. A girl in ballet clothes is looking towards the camera in daylight in a garden. I actually wanted the scene to be absurd because I want to challenge Nano Banana's capabilities. I had placed that girl there later. I upload this and give a prompt. Change the scene. This girl is trying to open the door at night time. So my prompt will change both the scene, the action, and also turn the lights into night lighting. I had made it quite difficult, but if you look, it magnificently created a scene with both a night view, night lighting, and the girl trying to open the door at night in the same clothes. I think it's an incredible thing. I really liked it. Since it has such a feature, let's immediately change the prompt and create a new scene. Change the scene with closer shot and woman is looking at the camera. I want character consistency and the girl is looking at the camera in the same scene. Let's multiply the examples immediately. Again, I'm sitting on a chair inside a cozy cafe. My prompt is, this man is standing next to bar table in the same cafe. He is standing next to the table in the same cafe. It changed the scene brilliantly along with character consistency. All the lights are the same. My entire scene changed. Super. I continue. This man is leaving from this cafe. Servant is showing him exit door. He is leaving the cafe and the employee is showing him the exit door. And it humorously adjusted the prompt magnificently, changing the scene. The consistency is good, the lighting is good. I really liked it. We can use Nanobanana's film wizard, that is to say, its scene creation feature not only on the same scene but also to stage different photos. For example, I have a photo of this woman. I immediately write this prompt. Generate an image of this woman is leaning next to a beach bar and wearing casual clothes. I asked for a photo of a girl wearing casual clothes, leaning next to a bar, in a bar. It prepared it super brilliantly, immediately. Everything about the lighting and character consistency is fantastic. I immediately add this guy into previous image. He's also wearing shorts and shirts and he's listening to music. I wanted to place the man from this photo who is listening to music and wearing shorts and shirts next to the girl. It places the photo magnificently. Character consistency is perfect. The movements in the photo don't look calm. They don't look bad. They look perfect. Finally, I add, this man and woman are dancing next to the beach bar and there's a man playing a guitar with cowboy hat. I wanted to add a man playing a guitar with a cowboy hat next to them. It understands the scene wonderfully. When I insert the prompt, it becomes a scene with amazing lighting and fantastic character consistency. You can create wonderful film scenes in other AI tools by using these three scenes with the last frame, first frame feature, super features. Again, as a new useful feature of NanoBanana, for example, you have a photo in a scene. Let's look at this family. There are 3 people and a dog, and they are eating. You really liked it and want a different angle. When you immediately say, generate new one top view of this image, it produces a new photo from a different angle, maintaining character consistency without altering anything within the scene or its lighting. Here, a top view photo was generated. This is another different feature that will be very useful for us. Let's look at another scenario. Imagine you have an image of your villa or any building and you want to see it from a different angle or get a closer look at some details. But maybe you can't go there in person. That's where Nano Banana comes in. You just upload your existing image and give a simple prompt. For example, generate a new low angle shot looking up at the building. And just like that, Nano Banana will generate a low angle shot for you without any distortion, missing parts, or differences from your original image. Super simple and super effective. Next, if you want to see the building with a wide angle effect, just ask, generate a new shot across the street with a wide angle lens effect. Nano Banana will give you a wide angle view, including the street, exactly how you want it. And if you need a closer look at some details, like part of the roof or a facade, just ask, generate a new telephoto shot of the building's facade, focusing on the intricate details. You'll get a super close shot showing all the details you need, no need to leave your chair. Finally, if you want a top-down view, just say, top view of the villa. And there it is, the top view instantly. It's amazing, right? This feature is incredibly useful, especially for architects, construction workers, or anyone who wants to showcase details for sales or buyers. You get all these different perspectives quickly and easily, without ever having to visit the site. Next scenario. Imagine you want to sell a pair of shoes online, either in your own shop or on a marketplace. You need clear, professional looking photos, but maybe you don't have a studio setup, a good camera, or even any experience taking product shots. We know that pictures from different angles grab more attention. Professional images with multiple perspectives can make your shoes stand out, get noticed, and quickly find the right buyer. Let's go step by step on how to generate these images with Nano Banana. First, take a photo of your shoes. Don't worry if it's not perfect. If the result isn't clear, just ask Nano Banana to make it look professional. To get another angle, upload your original photo and ask Nano Banana. Generate a new side profile shot of the shoe. Immediately, you'll get a perfect side profile shot. Next, let's say you want a view from the heel showing the shoe's logo. Just prompt, generate a new shot from the heel showing the logo. Boom, you've got a clear image highlighting the logo from the back. Finally, to make the shots even more realistic, you might want a photo showing the shoes being worn. You can ask, generate a new shot of the shoes from a slight 3/4 view, as if worn by a person. Nano Banana will generate the shoes on a model. You can even change the sock color if you don't like gray, super simple. And just like that, you have professional, eye-catching images from multiple angles ready to attract buyers all without a studio or fancy equipment. Let's say our next scenario to make the image lighting setup. We have a photo and we want to turn it into night lighting. At the same time, we want it to give a bit of reflection, a neon reflection. Immediately after uploading our very simple photo to Nano Banana, when we say change time of day to night with neon lightning and vibrant reflection, it can turn the exact same scene with full good consistency into a night view with neon lights. We can also use this for many topics. Let's say we have a landscape and we want to transform it into a cold autumn scene. You just upload your photo to Nano Banana and give a simple prompt like change lighting to a misty, foggy morning with soft, diffused sunlight. Instantly, your landscape turns into a foggy morning with soft autumn lighting. It looks amazing. Now, if you want to change it to a sunset with orange, purple, and red tones reflecting on the water, we can use change lighting to a sunset with vibrant orange and purple hues reflecting on the water. And finally, if you want the same scene to feel like a cold winter day, stormy and overcast, we can say change lighting to a stormy, overcast day with muted colors and a threatening sky. With just a few simple prompts, we can get exactly the lighting and atmosphere we want. So, why do we make these kinds of requests to Nano Banana? Basically, there are a few key reasons. Improve photo quality, get different angles or detailed shots, see buildings, products, or landscapes from angles you couldn't capture before. Turn a scene into a sunset, foggy morning, or stormy day to create the right mood. Generate shots you can take in real life quickly and easily. Make products or spaces more attractive and engaging. In short, Nano Banana lets you quickly and easily visualize creativity, make professional images, and experiment with different scenarios without any real-world constraints. Our next example is about style changes. Let's say you're a content creator and want your photos to really stand out. Imagine you have a cup of coffee or tea in a blue cup on a table. You can easily change the style of this image using Nano Banana. For example, you can prompt Change style to a pop art graphic with bold colors and comic book-like outlines. This instantly turns your photo into a bold, modern, eye-catching image, perfect for Instagram or social media posts. Or, if you want a retro, nostalgic look, try change style to a vintage Polaroid photo with faded colors and a thick white border. Now your photo has that classic storytelling feel, like a memory captured in time. With just a few simple prompts, you can quickly transform the mood and style of your images, making them much more engaging and visually appealing. So, that's the magic of Nano Banana. Whether it's changing angles of a building, showing your shoes from every perspective, transforming a landscape with different lighting, or giving your photos a completely new style, everything is fast, easy, and professional. You don't need a studio, fancy cameras, or even experience. Just upload your image, give a simple prompt, and Nano Banana does the rest. It's all about creativity, flexibility, and getting the exact look you want instantly. Use it to impress clients, sell products, tell stories, or just make your visuals stand out. Simple, powerful, and effective, exactly what every creator and professional needs. Hi, welcome back. When you think about starting a new brand, most people picture endless steps. Finding a designer for the logo, someone else to handle the merge, maybe even an agency to figure out your social media. It feels really heavy, isn't it? But with Nano Banana, I realize it doesn't have to be that difficult. It's like having a full creative team on standby, ready to bring your ideas to life with just few your words. So, let me take you through how I built a complete streetwear brand from scratch. We are talking logo, products, a pop-up booth, and even digital campaigns. Everything, start to finish, done with AI. The first thing any brand needs is its face, the logo. For this one, I wanted something that screamed streetwear, but also carried a futuristic edge, kind of like sneakers meet crypto culture. So, I told Nano Banana exactly that. I said, design a logo for a streetwear brand using a midnight blue and neon green palette, bold geometric font, sleek and minimal. Make it feel like a fusion of urban streetwear and futuristic tech. And while you're at it, create a full logo, an icon-only version for tags, both vertical and horizontal layouts, and a couple of simple brand marks for merchandise. In seconds, it delivered. Suddenly, I had a strong main logo with that sleek midnight blue base and glowing green accents. I had a clean little icon that worked perfectly on tags or labels. There were different layouts, wide for a website banner, stacked for a clothing sleeve, and even stripped down brand marks for subtle use on products. I tweaked the neon slightly so it didn't overpower, but honestly, it felt like I was looking at something a design agency would charge thousands for. Now, a logo on its own is nice, but a real brand needs more than that. You need a system that works across everything: tags, flyers, labels, Instagram posts. So I pushed it further. I asked Nano Banana to expand the logo into a full identity. The way I put it was something like, take this streetwear logo and build a brand identity out of it. Give me color palette codes for the neon green and midnight blue, pair some fonts for headlines and body text, show me sample layouts for tags, flyers, labels, and add in some decorative shapes inspired by tech circuits and street graffiti. What came back was a complete kit. I had exact color codes, deep midnight blue. The layouts were ready to go, from rectangular product text with circuit patterns on the edge to dark, dramatic flyers with glowing headlines. Even the decorative elements felt spot on thin neon circuit lines. Graffiti style accents, things that added personality without cluttering the design. At that point, the brand suddenly had depth. It wasn't just a logo anymore. But I didn't want to stop at the digital side. Streetwear is physical. It lives in pop-ups, booths, little corners at festivals. So I thought, let's see how this identity looks in the real world. And gave Nano Banana a new challenge. Apply the brand identity to this pop-up. Add a bold backdrop with the logo, neon green accents along the edges, branded shelving for sneakers and clothes, and set the whole thing in a futuristic lighting mood. Show me different angles, front, side, and even a nightlight version. The mock-ups looked like I had hired an event design team. The front view had this huge glowing logo across the backdrop with shelves neatly branded and glowing strips highlighting the edges. From the side, the booth had depth with green accents guiding the eye almost like walking into a tech club. And the night version, futuristic, electric, alive. It was the kind of thing you could drop into an investor deck and they'd believe you already had the space built. Once I saw that, I knew it was time for the merch. A streetwear brand isn't real until you've got products people can wear, carry, or slap on their laptops. So I turned to Nano Banana and asked again. I said, design some streetwear products. Give me t-shirt mock-ups with the logo across the chest. A tote bag with just the small icon. Holographic sticker sheets and clothing tags with a barcode style in brand colors. The result felt production ready. The t-shirts were bold and direct the neon logo across the chest popping against black and midnight blue fabric. The tote bag was minimal, with the small icon tucked neatly in a corner, exactly the kind of subtle branding people love. The sticker sheets were holographic, shiny, and playful, and the clothing tags, midnight blue with green accents. The barcode cleverly designed to echo that Circuit Tech theme. I could have sent those files to a printer the same day. Now, all that's great, but we know streetwear doesn't just live on shelves, it lives online. Hype is built on Instagram, stories, ads, countdowns. So, my final step was to see how this brand shows up digitally. I told Nano Banana, create digital promo content for a new drop. Keep it clean, futuristic, and hype. Black backgrounds, neon highlights, bold streetwear energy. Give me an Instagram feed post, a story, and a website banner. The designs that came back looked like a real campaign. A scroll-stopping feed post with a black background and glowing green elements. A vertical story version with countdowns and swipe-up energy. And a sleek website banner complete with circuit-inspired lines and a sharp call to action. It looked polished, cohesive, ready to launch. And here's the wild part. All of this, the logo, the brand system, the booth, the merch, the ads, was built in minutes. No agency, no team of 10. Just a single vision and Nano Banana Gemini 2.5 Flash acting like a silent partner. That's what I mean by a brand in a box. So when people ask how hard it is to start a brand today, I tell them it's not about having money or connections anymore. It's about knowing how to use the right tools. And if you can write a sentence, you can launch a brand. In our last section, we will go for a showdown to find out if Nano Banana AI is superior. We will look at the challenge between visual AI tools. To participate in this showdown, we first need to go to LM Arena AI in our browser. After going there, we need to click on the battle option at the top. Here, we will write a prompt that describes the image we want. Normally, The platform creates two separate visuals from two different AI tools according to this command and asks us to choose which one we liked. There are also draws. After making our choice, we also learn which AI tool made which visual. In general, in these tests I conducted, NanoBanana clearly outperformed its rivals in terms of high quality and creativity. It truly proved itself to be a strong leader in the field of visual AI. Come on, let's look at some examples together. Now, we are in the page of LM Arena in our browser. Let's now do our first showdown for a YouTube cover photo. My prompt is actually a bit long. In short, it will be a YouTube cover photo. There will be a glowing banana behind a neon city. There will be a cyberpunk monkey and dramatic lighting. I want a cover photo about NanoBanana. Immediately after entering my prompt, LM presents us with two photos. I select the one on the right because I found it better. And as we can see, the one on the right was made with Gemini Flash 2.5, which is NanoBanana. The one on the left was made with Lucid AI, which, as far as I can see, is actually Leonardo AI. NanoBanana won here. To make the second comparison, I first upload the photo we see in front of us to LM Arena and ask a very simple question. Generate a new image top view of this picture. So I'm saying take a different photo of this from above, and when I click on the one I like on the left side is again NanoBanana. Already, if you look at the photo on the right, here, there are two fathers. This is not real anyway. The photo taken from above was not correct at all. NanoBanana again won with superiority. Another showdown of ours is for combining two separate photos. Here I again add two people as photos and give a prompt like this. Two people in a gym. One has their hand on the other's shoulder and they are posing for a photo. I made one of them Siguli and the other Michael Jordan because I wanted something different. The one on the right was seriously both correct and unrivaled. We look at which AI made which one. Of course, the one on the right is NanoBanana. The one on the left is again a lower 2.0 model of Gemini. But NanoBanana won with great superiority. This time, I also wrote a NanoBanana composition prompt related to Mourinho. Let's quickly skip this part. The one on the left has composition errors. On the right, I like the composition. The bananas formed a nice seat. Mourinho is holding the banana nicely. This is Imagen 4 Ultra on the right. So again, another Google model, even if not NanoBanana itself. The one on the left is a Chinese AI called Ke. I didn't like it. Its composition isn't good. Google won here too. Let's have another showdown for a cover photo. My prompt is like this. A large panda in a superhero style. Let it wear a small combat outfit. Let it hold a small banana. That's for the NanoBanana aspect. Let it be an epic photo. I wanted the sky to be visible and a close-up shot. Both my photos arrived, separately from two AI tools. I liked both of them. The one on the right is actually a bit worse, because it's both realistic and a bit cartoonish. The one on the left is entirely in cartoon lines. But let's say it's a draw. Let's see which is which. Yes, again, look. The one on the left is NanoBanana and the one on the right is ideogram. I liked both, but NanoBanana is a tiny bit better. You can see again. NanoBanana took precedence here. Welcome back. This is where things get exciting. We're about to dive into one of the most creative parts of your AI design journey, outfit transformation. In this session, you'll learn how to completely restyle your model or character from sharp business looks to bold futuristic fashion, all using AI tools like Nano Banana. Think of yourself as an AI fashion designer. You'll first create your own outfit, reference images, full clothing, looks, ready to go, and then you'll use them to dress your model seamlessly, keeping every detail natural and realistic. The pose stays the same, the lighting matches perfectly, and the personality of your character never changes. At the end of this lecture, you'll know how to create 7 stylish outfit reference images in different fashion themes, combine your model's photo with each outfit using combo prompts, and generate stunning, lifelike outfit transformations you can use for storytelling, branding, or fashion showcases. Alright, ready? Let's jump in and start designing your AI wardrobe. Here is the first step. Before we start creating, let's take a second to understand what we are actually doing here. We're not just generating clothes, we're building a digital wardrobe that your AI can pull from anytime you want to change your character's style. So, here's how it works. First, you create what we call outfit reference images. Think of them like catalog photos, full outfits, from head to toe, laid out beautifully with all the details visible: tops, bottoms, shoes, and accessories. No model yet, just the outfit itself. Once you've got those ready, we'll bring in your main model image that's your base character. And this is where the magic happens. You'll combine image 1 is your model. Image 2 is your outfit reference. Then, using one smart combo prompt, the AI will dress your model in that outfit, keeping everything else exactly the same. Their pose, lighting, facial expression, even the mood of the original photo. It's like running your own digital fashion shoot. Same person, same setting, brand new look. When you see the results, it honestly feels a little surreal. The clothes blend so naturally that it looks like you actually photographed the person in every single outfit. That's the goal, creating realistic, consistent, and stylish transformations that make your projects look professional and cohesive. Now that you know what we are aiming for, let's start building your AI wardrobe. And this is step 2. Generate 7 core outfit styles. We're gonna create 7 unique outfit references, basically. 7 distinct looks that will help your AI understand different fashion moods, fabrics, and aesthetics. Think of it like putting together your own mini fashion collection. Here's what's on the rack today. We'll start with the Bohemian Classic, all about flowy fabrics, earthy tones, and a relaxed, free-spirited vibe. Then, we have the business professional look, sharp lines, structured blazers, and that modern sense of confidence. Next is the casual everyday outfit, easy, comfortable, something you'd wear on a regular day, but still stylish enough to photograph. For something bold and creative, we move into the futuristic or cyberpunk zone, metallic materials, neon accents, a touch of sci-fi edge. Then there's streetwear urban, which brings that trendy, layered, youthful energy you'd see in city fashion. Of course, we'll add a luxury evening look, elegant, polished, and perfect for an editorial or event scene. And finally, a cultural fusion style where modern silhouettes meet traditional textures and patterns for a really distinctive visual mix. Each of these outfits will be created using descriptive prompts that show the entire look clearly from top to bottom, including shoes and accessories. The more detail you give, the better the AI understands what you're trying to design. Here is a pro tip for you. Try to keep your background simple and consistent: beige, light gray, or maybe a soft wooden texture, and always use natural lighting when possible. It makes a huge difference later when you blend the outfit onto your model. Everything looks cleaner and more realistic. And of course, don't feel limited to just these 7. Once you understand the structure of the prompts, you can easily create your own custom styles, maybe sporty, chic, beachwear, or red carpet glam. This is your creative playground, so explore freely. Alright, now it's time to go step 3, creating outfit prompts. actually build your outfit reference images. This is where your creativity really comes to life. You can start with the ready-made prompts I've included in the guide, or feel free to tweak them a little to fit your own taste and imagination. The idea is to give the AI a clear visual story of what the outfit should look like, the style, the vibe, and the materials. Let's walk through an example together so you can picture it clearly. Imagine you're creating a bohemian classic outfit. Here's a sample prompt you can use. A flat lay or mannequin style outfit layout showing a complete bohemian classic ensemble, a flowy patterned blouse, earthy toned maxi skirt, leather sandals, woven crossbody bag, and layered jewelry with beads and stones. Include a wide brim hat and round sunglasses. I've shortened the prompt here to save time during the lecture, but you can find the full version in the attached file under this lecture. Now, when you run this prompt, the result should look exactly like what you imagined, a beautifully arranged flat lay outfit, almost like a fashion photo taken from above. You'll see the blouse and maxi skirt styled together with soft, earthy colors. There'll be little touches, the woven bag, the jewelry, the sandals, all placed just right. And of course, that classic boho combo, the wide brim hat and round sunglasses to complete the look. The whole image feels natural, warm, and artistic, something straight out of a lifestyle magazine. The lighting is soft, daylight-based, and it makes the fabrics look real enough to touch. We'll use this image to apply the outfit onto the model, so it looks like the model is wearing these clothes. Now, let's try another one for contrast. This time, we'll create a luxury evening outfit. Here's the prompt. A glamorous luxury evening outfit, reference elegant dress or tailored tuxedo, high heels or polished shoes, clutch bag, jewelry, and matching accessories. Arranged neatly on a dark velvet or marble background with soft golden light. Focus on premium fabrics, silk, velvet, satin, and overall color harmony. The photo should look like a high-end magazine editorial outfit preview. And the result? Completely different mood. The moment you see it, you'll feel the elegance. The outfit is arranged beautifully. Maybe a sleek tuxedo, maybe a flowing silk gown resting on that deep velvet or marble backdrop bathed in golden light. You'll notice the details. The polished shoes or heels, the jewelry catching that subtle glow, the soft texture of satin and velvet that feels almost tangible. So, once you've created your first few outfit references like these, repeat the process for all 7 styles one by one. When you're done, you'll have your own little digital fashion collection ready to use in the outfit replacement step. And remember, these 7 are just your starting point. Once you get comfortable, you can create your own prompts for completely new styles. Maybe a street photography look, a travel explorer outfit, or even a creative concept like futuristic minimalism. This is your AI wardrobe, so make it as personal and expressive as you want. Alright, now that we've built your wardrobe, it's time to bring in your model. This is the person you'll be styling, the star of your digital fashion show. And we are in step 4, how to uploading base model. Your model could be anyone. A character you designed earlier, a portrait from a previous project, or even a brand avatar you've been developing. This image is going to be your image 1, your main reference, the foundation the AI will dress. When choosing your photo, aim for a clean, well-lit image. The lighting should be soft and even nothing too dark or too contrasted. Try to pick a neutral pose, should be on standing, with the body clearly visible. This gives the AI plenty of room to understand proportions and fit the outfit naturally. If you want a full outfit swap, make sure the full body is in frame top, bottom, shoes, everything. But if you're only focusing on upper body fashion, like jackets or tops, a half body shot cannot work good. Think of it as prepping your model for a digital fitting session. The AI is your tailor, and the photo is the mannequin. If you don't already have a model image that's standing, don't worry, I've got you covered. I've prepared a super practical prompt you can use to create image 1 easily. All you need to do is upload your own character or any female character you want to use and run this prompt. It will generate a full body version of your character standing naturally, with a clear studio look, ready for outfit application. Here's the prompt you'll use. Take the uploaded character woman and create a full body portrait of her standing naturally in a natural pose. Capture her in a professional studio setting with soft, even lighting and a clean, light gray background. Keep her appearance exactly the same face, hair, proportions, and overall identity. Just extend or render her as a full body figure if necessary, ensuring the entire body is visible from head to shoes. Make sure the lighting is balanced, shadows are soft, and the image looks high quality and photorealistic. Once you run this, you'll have your perfect standing model, clean, consistent, and ready to style in the next step. Once you uploaded your image, you're ready for the transformation part, where we combine this model with the outfits you created earlier. That's where the magic really starts to happen. Alright, friends. Now we're stepping into the really fun part. Step 5. Where your base model meets the outfit you just crafted. Think of this as the moment your fashion story comes alive. Here's the flow. You'll be uploading 2 images into your AI tool. Image 1. Your base model, that's your character, portrait, or brand figure. Image 2. The outfit reference you just designed. Now comes the magic, the combo prompt. Imagine telling your AI, take the person from image 1 and dress them in the complete outfit from image 2. Keep their pose, expression, hairstyle, skin tone, and body shape exactly the same. Make the outfit look natural and realistic. It should follow the body's contours, fabric folds, and shadows perfectly. Match the lighting, shadows, and color tones to image 1 so everything blends seamlessly. Once you hit generate, watch the transformation happen. Your model suddenly steps into a completely new outfit, fully integrated, realistic, and polished like they just walked off the pages of a fashion magazine. This is where all your careful outfit prompts meet your base character, and you see your creative vision come alive. Okay, now that we've got our beautiful result image, your model confidently posing, wearing the outfit you designed earlier, let's push things a bit further. This is where your creativity really starts to shine. We're going to take that final image and use it as a new base to create few stunning variations. Think of this as giving your styled model a mini photo shoot, same person, same outfit, but completely different vibes. I've prepared a few prompts for you to try each one, designed to show your model in a unique light. Let's go through them one by one and see what kind of magic they create. First up, the catalog look. Imagine your model in a clean studio, standing against a bright white background. Lighting is sharp, textures pop, and every fabric detail looks crisp and polished. It's that professional e-commerce vibe just like you'd see on a high-end fashion website. The result? A perfectly clear, minimal, product-style image that shows your outfit in its best form. Next, the street-style look. Here, we take your model outdoors, maybe a cozy cafe corner, a modern city street, or somewhere with that effortless, everyday cool feel. The lighting's natural, the pose stays relaxed, and the whole scene feels casual but stylish. The result looks like an influencer's outfit of the day, postmodern, lively, and full of personality. Now let's try the editorial magazine look. This one's cinematic. You'll notice richer lighting, artistic framing, maybe a hint of motion or mood in the background. Everything feels a little more dramatic, like your model's part of a high fashion story. The result? Pure editorial elegance. You can almost imagine it on the glossy pages of Vogue. And finally, the themed look. This one's where you get playful. Keep your model's identity, but transform the outfit maybe into a vintage costume, a cultural ensemble, or even a fantasy inspired design. The textures stay real, but the story changes completely. The result is immersive and artistic. It feels like a scene from a movie or a creative campaign. Here is also an extra tip. Each of these styles gives your image a new life. So, don't stop at one experiment. Try a catalog shoot today, a street photo tomorrow, and maybe an editorial masterpiece next week. That's the beauty of AI. Your creative options are endless. This step is optional, but once you start playing with variations, you'll see just how versatile and powerful your AI wardrobe can be. Every outfit can tell a different story, and now you're the director. Once you created your first 7 looks, you can continue building more variations using the modern minimalist, urban monochrome, travel explorer, and other styles from the extended list. You'll find those in the attachment section, both female and male outfit sets with full, detailed prompts. Use them anytime you want to refresh your wardrobe library or test new styles. Now that you've mastered the full process, it's time to bring it to life in ways that go beyond just creating outfits. Think of this workflow as your creative toolkit, one that helps you design identity, tell stories, and express ideas through visual style. You can use it to build consistent fashion catalogs that look professional and unified. Imagine an online store where every image feels like part of the same world, same energy, same brand language. It's not just about clothes, it's about creating a mood that your audience instantly recognizes. It's also a powerful way to develop character wardrobes, whether for a storytelling project, a digital influencer, or a brand mascot. Each new outfit becomes part of that character's evolution, reflecting personality and purpose with every change of style. You can even design before and after outfit visuals to show transformation perfect for style guides, portfolio storytelling, or visual campaigns. It brings learning and branding together in a single, scroll-stopping image. And when you're ready to go bold, experiment with themes, play with eco-fashion, futuristic minimalism, or luxury couture. Try something cinematic, artistic, or completely unconventional. Each variation becomes a new expression of your creative direction. In the end, this workflow isn't just about generating looks, it's about crafting visual identity. When you start designing with emotion, purpose, and story in mind, every image you create becomes part of something bigger, a narrative told through style. And just like that, we reached the finish line. You've gone from a single base model to creating fully styled, realistic outfit transformations, and you now have a repeatable workflow you can use over and over for any project. Whether it's fashion catalogs, storytelling visuals, or editorial content, you are fully equipped to bring your AI characters to life. Think about it. You started with designing outfit references, then merged them seamlessly with your model, and finally explored variations from catalog shoots to street style, magazine vibes, and themed looks. Every step was about more than just clothes. It was about telling a story through style, making your visuals feel authentic and professional. Here's the fun part. Keep experimenting. Play with lighting, try different camera angles, mix up fabrics and textures. The more you explore, the more your AI visuals will look like they've been shot in a real studio. And remember, if you're using real model photos, always respect ownership and give credit where it's due. Transparency is key. Let's take a very quick look at what we have learned in this lecture. You learned to generate outfit reference images in multiple fashion styles. You mastered combo prompts to seamlessly dress your model. You can now create polished professional outfit swaps for editorial, e-commerce, or storytelling projects. So take a moment to celebrate. You didn't just follow a workflow, you built a creative superpower. Every outfit you design from here on can tell a story, define a brand, or capture a mood. That's the real magic of blending AI with your imagination. Hey everyone, welcome to this session. In this quick but powerful lecture, we're going to learn one of the most important skills for anyone creating AI generated visuals. How to create a consistent character across multiple images. By the end of this lesson, you'll know exactly how to build your own visual model, whether it's a fictional character, your portrait, or a personal brand avatar, and how to generate perfectly consistent images in different scenes and styles. Let's dive right in. Alright, let's begin with the foundation, your first step, your base image. Think of this as the DNA of your character. Every future image you create will grow from this one, so getting it right from the start is key. You have two options here. You can use one of the ready-made prompts I've prepared for you, or you can upload your own photo to build a model that truly represents you or your brand. The purpose of this step is simple: to generate your base image, which will serve as your visual reference for all future scenes, styles, and outfits. I've divided the base prompts into two main versions, one for a woman and one for a man. Choose whichever fits your project. If you prefer to use your own photo, feel free to skip this step and move directly to step 2. For this demonstration, I'll go with the female version. Here's the example prompt we'll use to generate the image. A stunning blonde woman with natural makeup, wearing a stylish modern casual outfit, captured in soft daylight with a clean aesthetic influencer style, full body composition with cinematic studio lighting, ultra-realistic skin texture, and sharp detailed focus. Minimal white studio background, balanced tones, elegant posture, and modern lifestyle photography. Vibe refined, photorealistic, and visually captivating. When you generate this image, you'll see exactly what we're aiming for: a realistic, beautifully detailed woman who looks natural, confident, and ready to appear in a range of different scenes. This will be our base model, and every image we create next will keep this same identity and visual quality. And now we are in step 2. In this step, we will try to build multi-angle reference images. Alright, now that we have our base model, it's time to help the AI really understand who this character is, not just from the front, but from every angle. Think of this step as teaching Nano Banana how your character would look if they turned their head or walked away from the camera. We'll create 3 extra images: front close-up, side angle, and back angle, all using your base image as the reference. These extra shots will make your model feel more real and consistent, almost like you're giving the AI a 3D view of your character. Let's start with the first one. The head close-up prompt. Extreme close headshot of this same person. This shot zooms in on your character's face so the AI can memorize the details, the eyes, skin texture, expression, and overall vibe. You just need to copy this prompt and paste it directly into Nano Banana. That's it. And here's an important tip. If you're continuing in the same conversation window, you don't need to re-upload your previous base or reference images. Nano Banana automatically remembers your last generated model and uses it as the reference for your next image. So as long as you stay in the same session, it will recognize your character and keep everything perfectly consistent. The result should look like a crystal clear portrait. The same person, same lighting style, just closer and sharper. Now, let's move to the second one. Next up, the side angle prompt. Shot of the same person turning slightly to the left or right. This one gives the model a sense of depth. It helps the AI understand the profile, how the face and hair look from the side. The result will be a natural side view that still feels exactly like your original character, just captured from a new perspective. And finally, let's complete the view. Here's the last one, the back angle prompts. Shot of the same person, turning slightly from the back. This completes the 360-degree understanding of your character. The result is a clean, realistic image that looks like your character seen from behind. Same hair, same posture, same energy, just viewed differently. By the time you finish these three, Nano Banana will have a full visual reference of your character from multiple angles. From this point on, every new image you generate will keep your character's look consistent, no matter what scene or outfit you place them in. Before we move on to the next step, I want to let you know that all the prompts we'll be using in this lecture are available in the attached file below. Now we are in the next step. Step 3. Generate consistent scene images. Now that we've built our multi-angle reference set, it's time to use it. This is where the real consistency magic happens. In this step, we'll generate new images of your character in different scenes and poses, but this time, you'll upload the 3 reference images we created in step 2 front, side, and back views. These uploaded references are what tell Nano Banana, hey, this is the person I want in every image. By including them each time you generate a new scene, you lock in your character's identity, face, hairstyle, proportions, everything, no matter what background, outfit, or lighting you choose. So here's how it works. When you open Nano Banana to create a new image, simply upload your 3 reference images together, then paste your new prompt. That combination uploaded references plus detailed scene prompt keeps your model consistent while allowing complete creative freedom. Let's walk through some examples together. First, the coffee shop scene. We upload our 3 references and add the coffee shop prompt. The result looks completely natural, the same person we created earlier, sitting at a modern cafe table, sipping coffee under soft daylight. It feels cozy, authentic, and beautifully realistic. Next, the luxury wedding scene. Again, upload the same 3 reference shots, then use the wedding scene prompt. The result is stunning, our exact same character, now in an elegant wedding garden with golden sunlight and floral decor. Her face, posture, and features remain identical. Only the outfit and setting have changed. Now, let's go high fashion the Paris editorial scene. Upload the same references, paste the fashion studio prompt, and you'll get a Vogue level portrait. The same model, same facial details, but now transformed into a confident fashion figure under perfect studio lighting. Next, the outdoor travel scene. Use the same references again with the Italian town prompt. The result? Our same character exploring cobblestone streets with natural motion and soft sunlight, a cinematic travel image that still feels fully consistent. Finally, the urban nightlight scene. Once again, upload your 3 references and use the night street prompt. The result is pure movie magic, your same character standing under neon lights, stylish and mysterious, with complete visual consistency from the base model. And that's the key. By reusing those 3 uploaded reference images each time, Nano Banana keeps your character's identity locked while letting you experiment with endless creative styles and environments. Once you get this workflow right, you can take your model anywhere from a cafe to a fashion studio to a city street at night, and they'll always look like the same person. And that's it, we've completed the full workflow for creating a consistent character with Nano Banana. Let's quickly go over what you just mastered. First, you build your base model, the foundation that defines your character's look, personality, and overall style. Then you created multi-angle reference images, helping the AI understand your character from every direction, almost like a 3D scan. Finally, you learned how to use those references while generating new scenes and poses, ensuring that your character stays visually identical no matter the setting: coffee shop, wedding, travel, or fashion shoot. And that's the real power of this method. Once you set up these three steps, Nano Banana starts treating your character like a true visual identity: consistent, realistic, and versatile. Whether you're designing a personal brand avatar, a fictional influencer, or even a storytelling character for your creative projects, this workflow gives you full control over their appearance and world. Now you can place your model anywhere, in any outfit, any style, and they'll always look like the same person. Welcome to this quick creative session. In this lesson, we'll turn a simple text into an eye-catching infographic image using the Gemini 2.5 Flash tool. You'll see how words can instantly transform into visuals that tell a story or explain an idea clearly. I've prepared two special prompts for you. The first is the Creative Visual Story Infographic prompt, perfect when you want your infographic to feel like a story, full of energy and emotion. The second is the Professional Educational Infographic Generator, ideal for clean, structured visuals that look like something from a top learning platform or business publication. By the end of this lesson, you'll know exactly how to turn your ideas into visuals that teach, inspire, and grab attention. Let's start simple. What exactly is an infographic? An infographic is a visual way to present information. Instead of reading long paragraphs, your audience can see the key ideas at a glance through icons, colors, and visuals. We use infographics in education, marketing, business presentations, or social media basically. Anywhere you need to explain something fast and clearly. So, think of it this way. An infographic turns complex text into a mini visual story that's easier to understand and remember. Let's dive right in and take a look at first situation. Now, our first prompt is all about creativity and emotion. This one's called the Creative Visual Story Infographic prompt, and you'll use it when you want your infographic to feel like a story, something visual, alive, and engaging. It's perfect for social media, storytelling posts, or any kind of visual learning content that needs a little spark. Here's how it works. Take a short piece of text, maybe a paragraph from your lecture or blog, and simply insert it into the brackets inside the prompt. That is all you need to do. For this lesson, we'll use a short concept titled From Idea to Image, the storytelling formula for Gemini 2.5 Flash. It's a great example because it already feels like a story. It explains how Gemini 2.5 Flash works as a visual storyteller, showing you how to build your scene, describe your subject, add emotion, define your visual style, and finish with a creative cue. Once you paste that text into the prompt, Gemini will instantly turn it into a visual storytelling roadmap step by step with icons, colors, and simple illustrations that make your ideas easy to follow and visually inspiring. You can even add small creative touches like a mountain for growth or a light bulb for ideas to make your infographic more expressive. And the result? It looks incredible, more like a visual storybook than a chart. Warm colors, smooth flow, and cinematic icons that feel artistic and alive, the kind of infographic you'd expect from TED, Notion, or Canva's Creative Gallery. By the end, you'll have a visual that doesn't just explain, it tells your story. So now you've seen how the first prompt brings your ideas to life with creativity and emotion, turning text into a visual story that feels alive. But sometimes, you don't need that storytelling style. Sometimes you want your infographic to look sharp, structured, and professional, the kind of design that belongs in a course, a presentation, or even a business report. That's exactly where our second prompt comes in. The Professional Educational Infographic Generator. You'll use this prompt when you want your infographic to look clean, organized, and informative, the kind of visual you'd see on a top learning platform or in a business publication. It's perfect for course slides, reports, or LinkedIn style educational visuals that need to look polished and credible. And the best part? You just need to copy your text you want and paste it into the brackets inside the prompt. That's it, Gemini does the rest. For this lesson, we'll use a short concept text called Mastering Gemini 2.5 Flash Image Prompts, 5 Steps to Perfect Visuals. It's written in a clear, structured way, explaining how Gemini 2.5 Flash creates powerful images when you describe your scene, tone, and visual intention precisely. It's professional, practical, and naturally fits an infographic format. Once you paste that text into the prompt, Gemini will turn it into a modern, educational infographic, clean lines, neat sections, icons that emphasize the main ideas, and a balanced layout that feels like something from Harvard Business Review or LinkedIn Learning. The result looks professional, trustworthy, and easy to follow, a visual that helps your audience instantly understand the process without reading long paragraphs. By the end, you'll have a clear, elegant infographic that doesn't just inform, it teaches visually. Alright, now it's your turn. You've seen how both prompts work. One brings emotion and storytelling, and the other adds structure and clarity. Now, I want you to actually try them yourself. Take a short piece of text, maybe a paragraph from your notes, a lesson idea, or even something you already written. Then simply copy your text and paste it into the brackets inside each prompt. That's all you need to do. Run it once with the Creative Visual Story Infographic prompt and once with the Professional Educational Infographic Generator. Then take a moment to compare what you get. You'll notice that one version feels warm, expressive, and visual. It tells a story. The other feels clean, polished, and structured. It explains the idea with total clarity. And that's the magic of prompt design. The way you describe your idea completely changes how it looks and feels. You're not just writing, you're designing meaning with words. So what did we really learn here? With just a few lines of text and the right prompt, you can turn any idea into a visual that teaches, inspires, or sparks curiosity. The storytelling style makes people feel something. The professional style helps them understand it clearly. And when you know how to switch between the two, you got creative control over how your message appears. Once you get comfortable, you'll see your visuals start looking like they came straight out of a design studio, clean, powerful, and full of intent. So go ahead, play with both styles, experiment with different kinds of text, and let Gemini 2.5 Flash bring your words to life in ways that truly connect with people. Welcome to this creative learning session. Today we're diving deeper into how Nano can turn your ideas into clear, detailed, and professional educational visuals. You'll see how a single line of text can instantly become a realistic, academic-style illustration, complete with labels, explanations, and structure. Together, we'll create visuals that bring scientific and technical topics to life, from energy flow and the water cycle to digital networks and beyond. These AI-generated diagrams are perfect for teachers, trainers, and content creators who want to make learning visual, engaging, and easy to understand. Ready to see how knowledge turns into imagery? Let's jump into our first prompt. We are now in Google.ai Studio and just select the Nano Banana tool here. So let's start with something every student learns, the water cycle. This prompt will help you create a clean, labeled diagram that shows how water moves through evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. Here is the prompt. Draw an educational diagram of the water cycle for academic presentation. Include realistic clouds, ocean, mountains, and arrows showing evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and collection. Add clear labels and short explanations near each stage. Keep the layout simple, colorful, and classroom friendly. Nano Banana creates a beautiful, easy to understand diagram of the water cycle complete with labeled arrows, soft clouds, and clear stage explanations. It looks just like a polished educational slide, ready to use in classroom lessons or science presentations. Moreover, you can also try switching water cycle with carbon cycle or photosynthesis for instant variations. Now let's move from natural science to physics with a simple yet powerful concept: how electricity flows through a circuit. Here is the prompt. Create a realistic educational diagram of a simple electric circuit with a battery, switch, bulb, and wires. Use arrows to show current flow direction and short annotations explaining each part's function. The style should be clean, modern, and perfect for classroom slides or STEM materials. Nano Banana generates a clear, professional-looking circuit diagram, complete with labeled components. Neat arrows showing current flow, and a balanced layout. It looks like a ready-made STEM education visual for lessons or presentations. Moreover, you can try switching simple electric circuit with parallel circuit or solar powered circuit to instantly create more advanced variations. Next, let's move back to biology and visualize one of science's most iconic structures, the DNA double helix. This kind of image is perfect for showing how structure and beauty meet in biology. Try this creative directional prompt. Draw DNA double helix diagram for an educational presentation with color-coded base pairs A, T, G, C, labeled and explained. Include a short note showing how the strands twist and connect. Keep it realistic, detailed, and visually balanced with a clean white background. Nano Banana creates a stunning, high-detail DNA illustration with clear color coding, neatly labeled base pairs, and a smooth twisting shape that looks like a modern biology textbook visual. It's ideal for classroom slides, scientific posters, or learning materials. Additionally, you can try replacing DNA double helix with chromosome structure or gene expression diagram to instantly explore different biological visuals. Let's switch to geography for a moment. This time, we are going underground to explore what lies beneath our feet. The layers of the Earth. This type of diagram is perfect for explaining complex concepts visually and makes any science presentation instantly more engaging. Try this creative setup. Design a cross-section diagram of Earth's internal layers for an academic or classroom presentation. Clearly label the crust, mantle, outer core and inner core, and use realistic colors and textures to highlight differences in temperature and density. Include neat arrows and brief annotations to make it easy to understand at a glance. Keep everything clean, balanced, and scientifically accurate. Nano Banana can beautifully render the depth and glowing warmth of each layer, giving your learners a clear sense of what the planet looks like inside. You can also remix this idea by swapping Earth for Mars, Venus, or the Moon to create stunning space science visuals with just a small edit. And to wrap up our session, let's move into something from the digital world: network communication. This is a great example for IT or digital learning visuals, where you can actually see how data moves across devices in a simple, easy to understand layout. Here's how to set it up. Create a computer network communication diagram designed for educational or business presentations. Include computers, a central server, routers, and directional arrows to show how data flows through the system. Add clear, concise labels describing each component's role, like how the router directs data or how the server stores information. Keep the overall design modern, clean, and professional, ideally with a white or light gray background to maintain that corporate, tech-inspired look. When generated in Nano Banana, this visual looks sleek and structured, perfect for classroom slides, IT training, or even tech strategy workshops. You can easily adapt this concept by switching the focus to a cloud storage system, AI workflow, or data security network to instantly create more specialized and future-ready visuals. And that's how you create professional-looking AI explanation diagrams, not just for biology, but for science, physics, geography, and even technology. With just a few words, you can now turn any scientific or academic topic into a clear, high-quality explanation image, perfect for teaching, training, or content creation. With NanoBanana, you don't just make pictures, you visualize understanding. Every prompt you write becomes a learning tool, ready for classrooms, presentations, or online courses. So next time you prepare a lesson, don't search for visuals. Create your own instantly and beautifully. Hey there, welcome to the session. I'm really excited about this one because we're diving into something that feels both artistic and deeply modern, turning words themselves into visual art. You've probably seen those designs where the letters actually become the picture, maybe a poster where the word wave curves like the ocean, or a logo that uses letters to form an image. That's called typographic illustration. And today we are going to learn how to create it using the Gemini tool Nano Banana. Now, here's what makes this so interesting. We won't be drawing in the traditional sense. Instead, we'll design with letters. You'll use words, shapes, and letter forms to build clean, black and white minimalist artworks, the kind that feel balanced, modern, and incredibly striking. In this session, you'll learn two special prompt styles that will help you do that. The first prompt that I called the typographic illustration prompt, it is perfect when you want to turn a word or phrase into something recognizable, like a shape, a scene, or an object. And the second one is the abstract typographic concept prompt. This one is more emotional and expressive. You'll use letters to capture a feeling rather than a literal image. By the end of this short lecture, you'll know exactly how to turn your ideas, words, or even your brand name into minimalist typographic visuals using Nano Banana. So if you're ready, let's open our creative side and start turning letters into art. So, what exactly is typographic illustration? Think of it as drawing with letters, but in a really creative, design-driven way. Instead of using brushes, lines, or colors, you're shaping actual letter forms. You might stretch them, rotate them, or overlap them, and as you do, the letters start forming recognizable shapes and emotions. It's where language meets design. Your words literally become your artwork. You've probably seen this style before, maybe without realizing it. It shows up in brand posters, magazine covers, and modern art installations, those visuals that feel smart, minimal, and a little poetic. For example, the letter O could become a moon, W might form waves, and L could stand tall like a lamppost. That's the beauty of this art form. It's simple, visual, and deeply expressive. You are not just designing something that looks good, you are designing something that means something. And when you bring AI tools like Nano Banana into the mix, this process becomes even more fun because now your words can transform instantly into beautifully balanced black and white compositions that feel almost alive. Alright, let's start with our first creative style, the typographic illustration. Now, this one's all about turning letters into something recognizable, maybe an object, a person, or even a tiny moment in motion. The fun part is you're not drawing at all. You are simply shaping the letters to become the picture. Imagine this. Instead of lines, you have the alphabet as your toolbox. Every letter you type can act like a brushstroke. An O might become the sun, an M could form a mountain, or a group of C's might curve into ocean waves. And the Gemini tool Nano Banana makes this transformation feel effortless. You just tell it what you want, and it arranges the letters into that vision, clean, minimalist, and beautifully balanced in black and white. Let me share the main templates. Base prompt you'll be using. Typographic illustration. Here's how it goes. Just copy this and insert your own ideas where needed. Create a minimalist black and white typographic illustration of your chosen scene or object using only the letters from your selected phrase. Arrange and shape the letters to form the main elements of the scene and express motion or form. No extra lines or shapes, only the modified letters themselves. Keep it ultra minimalist, balanced, and legible. That's your creative formula. Simple but powerful. Now, to really see it in action, let's try one together. Here's a simple example prompt you can use. Create a minimalist black and white typographic illustration of a cat stretching on a windowsill using only the letters from the phrase morning calm. Shape the letters to form the cat, the window, and a sense of quiet sunlight. Keep it simple, elegant, and entirely typographic. What happens here is beautiful. The AI takes the letters from morning calm and uses their shapes to build the image. The soft O's and C's might form the curve of the cat's body, while the straight L's or I's can become the window frame. The result feels calm and balanced like a peaceful moment captured through pure typography. That's the magic of this prompt. The letters don't just spell out the mood, they illustrate it. It's subtle, poetic, and incredibly effective when you want your artwork to feel both modern and emotionally alive. Here's the next prompt. Create a minimalist black and white typographic illustration of a modern city skyline using only the letters from the phrase urban rhythm. Arrange the letters to form buildings and streets with a sense of structure and motion, no extra shapes, crisp and legible. Now, this one is powerful because the phrase urban rhythm already captures the pulse and pattern of city life. The AI can translate that energy visually. Tall letters like U, R, or H might rise as skyscrapers, while rounded ones like B or M can suggest curves of roads or flowing traffic. The repetition of letters adds rhythm, just like windows repeating across a building or lights flickering in a skyline. The final result often feels alive yet balanced. You sense the city's heartbeat, its structure, and its motion, all created purely from text. It's clean, dynamic, and incredibly artistic, perfect for poster design, digital art, or creative branding where you want to express the soul of urban life through typography alone. Alright, now let's move into the second style, the abstract typographic concept. This was a little more emotional, a little more artistic. Instead of creating an object or a scene, you're using letters to express a feeling. Think of it like painting with type. You're not describing something physical, you're capturing a mood. Maybe serenity, energy, or tension. The goal here is to let the letters move and flow in a way that visually represents that emotion. You might stretch them, rotate them, or adjust their spacing to create rhythm or contrast, but remember, no extra shapes or symbols. It's all about the letter forms themselves doing the storytelling. And using Nano Banana makes this incredibly easy. Let's see how that looks in action with a quick example. Here's a simple prompt you can try. Design a minimalist black and white abstract composition that represents the feeling of serenity, using only the letters from the phrase flowing silence. Arrange and distort the letters to express calmness and fluid balance. No extra lines, clean and fully typographic. Now, this one is a perfect demonstration of how letters can capture emotion. When you type this into Nano Banana, it doesn't try to draw a specific scene. Instead, it plays with the rhythm and spacing of the letters. The soft curves from O and S might flow like gentle waves, while the lighter vertical shapes like I or L bring a sense of quiet structure. The result feels peaceful, calm, balanced, and smooth, almost like watching ripples on still water. That's the beauty of this prompt. You're not showing what serenity looks like, you're showing how serenity feels through nothing but the letters themselves. When you're working with this style, think about visual rhythm, the way letters can carry emotion through their spacing, shape, and movement. If you want to show calm, give your letters room to breathe. Keep them spaced out, light, and symmetrical, almost like a gentle breeze moving through them. If you want to capture tension, tighten everything up. Let the letters feel a bit crowded or sharp, maybe even slightly off balance. That uneven energy instantly creates visual stress, and that's exactly what tension feels like. And for freedom, open everything. Tilt the letters, let them drift a little, break the perfect alignments. It's like letting your design take a deep breath. In this style, your letter arrangement becomes your brushstroke. You're not painting with color, you're painting with rhythm, space, and form. And that's what makes typographic art so powerful. Every small adjustment changes the emotion completely. Alright, now it's your turn to play and create. Here's what I want you to try. Start simple, pick a short phrase, maybe something like quiet morning. First, use the typographic illustration prompt. Turn that phrase into something recognizable, maybe a sunrise, a cup of coffee, or a calm room. Let the letters become the shapes. You'll be amazed how even the smallest detail, like the curve of an O or the line of an L, can bring the scene to life. Then, use the abstract typographic concept prompt. Same phrase, but this time, don't show it. Feel it. Arrange the letters to express calmness, space, and balance. Maybe stretch them out a little or leave quiet gaps between them. Let the composition breathe, just like a quiet morning does. Once you see both results side by side, you'll notice something beautiful. The same words can tell completely different visual stories. One shows what the moment looks like, the other shows what it feels like. And here's the best part. You can use these creations anywhere as minimalist poster art, a social media post, a brand concept, or even part of your digital portfolio. So go ahead, open up Nano Banana, drop in your phrase, and watch your words transform into design. It's a creative experiment that's simple, relaxing, and surprisingly powerful. Hey there, welcome. I'm really excited you're here because today we're about to create something that feels more like art than just content. In this session, you'll learn a simple, clear 7-step process that takes you from AI prompts all the way to your own cinematic storybook. A black and white visual journey of an artist wandering through the city at night, chasing inspiration. You'll see how to write prompts that feel alive, generate breathtaking cinematic visuals, refine and upscale them, build your storybook with Gemini, and finally prepare everything for social media, ready to share your vision with the world. It's creative, emotional, and practical, everything you need to turn your ideas into visuals that stop the scroll and make people feel something. Alright, let's dive in and start crafting your cinematic dreamer story, the artist in light and shadow. Now we are in step 1. You locked in your visual identity. It's time to bring that dreamlike concept to life. This is where the magic starts. Think of this step as directing your own black and white art film. You already know the tone, soft lights, city reflections, late night creativity. Now we'll translate that into 6 cinematic AI generated scenes. Here's how it works. We'll use Nano Banana to generate our visuals. All you need to do is copy each prompt, paste it in, upload your character photo, and let the AI work. Each prompt is crafted to capture a different emotional moment from your dreamer's journey, from solitude to inspiration. The key here is consistency. Stay loyal to your concept, same style, same character, same lighting rhythm. That's what turns random images into a cohesive story. So, let's walk through each prompt and build your world of the artist in light and shadow. Now that we've set our visual tone, it's time to bring this concept to life. This is the part where everything starts to feel real. You'll actually see your dreamer's world appear frame by frame. We'll use Nano Banana for this. It's simple. Copy each prompt, paste it in, upload your own photo or your character, and let the AI do its thing. Each scene tells a different emotional moment from our story, the artist in light and shadow. Let's get started. Here's our first prompt, called The Midnight Walk. A cinematic black and white portrait of the uploaded character, a solitary artist walking through an empty street at midnight. The only vibrant color is the soft orange glow of a street lamp reflected on wet pavement. The artist wears a long dark coat and carries a sketchbook under one arm. Their expression is thoughtful, eyes slightly turned toward the sky. The background shows soft bokeh lights of the city, blurred in drizzle. Moody cinematic lighting, introspective atmosphere, ultra detailed 8K. When you generate this one, you'll see something really striking, a calm, rain-touched street. Your artist caught mid-walk, surrounded by that soft orange reflection. It immediately feels like the start of a film, quiet, emotional, cinematic. Now, the second prompt is The Coffee of Creation. A cinematic black and white portrait of the uploaded character, seated in a small late-night cafe, surrounded by notebooks and half-empty coffee cups. The only vibrant color is the deep amber of the coffee in the cup. The character's face is illuminated by a warm table lamp, eyes lost in thought. The window behind reflects city lights. Cinematic lighting, moody and poetic, ultra-detailed 8K. This one always turns out beautifully, a still moment of creativity and solitude. You can almost smell the coffee and hear the quiet hum of the city outside. Next up, our third prompt, The Studio of Silence. A cinematic black and white portrait of the uploaded character. Inside a quiet art studio, canvas and brushes are scattered around. The only vibrant color is the soft blue glow of a computer screen or a desk lamp. The artist's face is half in shadow, showing focus and fatigue. The background fades into soft darkness. Ultra detailed, 8K, cinematic lighting, introspective and still atmosphere. When this one generates, you'll feel the mood instantly, that late night creative zone, surrounded by silence, lost in the process. It's calm, intimate, and deeply human. And here's the fourth prompt, The Window of Dreams. A cinematic black and white portrait of the uploaded character looking out from a tall window over the sleeping city. The only vibrant color is the golden reflection of the city lights in their eyes. The mood is poetic, quiet, reflective, full of longing. Soft cinematic lighting, moody depth, 8K resolution. When you see this image, it's pure poetry, the reflection in the eyes, the city glowing below, and that feeling of someone thinking about what's next. Let's move to the fifth prompt, The Spark of Inspiration. A cinematic black and white portrait of the uploaded character in a dimly lit alley, suddenly illuminated by a passing car's headlights. The only vibrant color is the red notebook in their hand. The expression shows surprise and realization, as if a new idea was just born. Strong contrast lighting, cinematic drama, 8K resolution. The output is powerful light cutting through darkness. Your character caught mid-moment, notebook glowing red. It's that instant when an idea hits out of nowhere. And finally, the sixth prompt, The Light Returns. A cinematic black and white portrait of the uploaded character, standing under a glowing streetlight as dawn breaks. The only vibrant color is the faint pink of morning light on the horizon. The expression is calm, fulfilled, and inspired. Ultra-detailed 8K cinematic lighting, hopeful and serene atmosphere. This one feels like closure, the long night is over. The dreamer stands in new light, peaceful and ready to create again. It's the perfect ending shot for your visual story. When you look at all six together, they tell a full emotional story, starting in solitude, passing through creativity and discovery, and ending in peace and fulfillment. That's your visual backbone, the heartbeat of your cinematic dreamer project. Alright, now we're getting into the fun part. Polishing our cinematic dreamer visuals and making them truly shine. You already created your six core images, and wow, they're already looking amazing. But we're going to take them a step further. First, let's explore variations. For each of your six scenes, generate 2-3 different versions. Try small tweaks, a slightly different pose, a new angle, or even shifting the lighting just a touch. You'll be surprised how one subtle change can completely transform the mood. This is where the magic of AI really starts to feel like collaborating with a real artist. Next, let's make sure your images are ready for all the platforms you'll want to share them on. Think of your visuals as chameleons, they need to fit anywhere. 1-to-1 ratio, perfect for standard social media posts. 16:9 ratio, ideal for desktop viewing or presentations. 9:16 ratio reels, stories, and vertical content. Here's a quick trick. Open Google Whisk AI from Google Labs. Upload one of your favorite images, click the aspect ratio icon, and select your desired format. Boom! Instant resizing without losing that cinematic quality. Now, if you want your visuals to really pop, let's upscale them. Canva has a simple tool for this. Go to Canva, create design, and pick your ratio 16:9 or 1:1. 2. Upload your image. 3. Under Apps Enhance Image Upscaler, boost the resolution and detail. The difference is subtle but noticeable textures. Skin details and lighting all look cleaner, sharper, and more professional. Your audience might not know why, but they'll feel it. Your story is now starting to breathe richer, sharper, more cinematic. In step 4, now that we have our 6 core visuals polished, it's time to go a little further and make the story even more magical. Think of this as adding those extra pages that make a book unforgettable. Little moments that deepen emotion, mood, and connection with your dreamer. We'll add 3 extra dreamlike scenes. You can already imagine how these will feel once they come alive. First variation. At the rooftop edge. Here's our dreamer standing on a rooftop at dawn. The city is fading below, and the first soft orange glow of sunrise touches the horizon. The mood is calm but powerful. You can almost feel the fresh morning air and a sense of possibility. The image comes out ultra detailed in 8K, and wow, it really gives that sense of a new day, a new idea. Second variation. In the Library of Light, we see our character surrounded by stacks of books and soft desk lamps. The only color that pops is the golden spine of an old book, giving it a gentle, intellectual vibe. The AI nails the warm, inspiring light, and you immediately feel like this is the moment of quiet reflection, the part where ideas are born and curiosity shines. Third variation. Under the rain of thoughts. Finally, let's add some poetry. Our dreamer stands under a light rain, holding a closed umbrella. The reflection of a neon sign glows on wet pavement, adding that cinematic edge. It's emotional, introspective, and cinematic. A real thinking moment. This ensures your character's face and features stay consistent across all scenes, so your story feels like it's following the same person through their journey. And, just like that, your story now flows naturally, from solitude, reflection, inspiration, fulfillment, with extra dreamlike moments that make it richer, deeper, and more cinematic. Your visuals are no longer just images, they are a narrative your audience can step into. Every variation adds emotion, mood, and connection, giving your story that professional, polished feeling. Now comes the truly magical part. Step 5. Creating the storybook with Gemini. The moment where your images turn into a story, this is where all your work Those 6 core scenes, plus the 3 extra dreamlike variations, comes alive as a cinematic narrative. Open Gemini, upload your 9 images in the order you want them to appear. Each one is a scene, a beat in your story. So think of it like arranging your own mini-film. Here's the prompt to use. It's simple but powerful. Here's the storybook creation prompt. I will upload 9 cinematic black and white images. Create a cinematic storybook titled The Artist in Light and Shadow. Write 8 short chapters, each 70-120 words, inspired by the images. Each chapter should feel poetic, emotional, and cinematic about creativity, solitude, and inspiration. The 9th image should serve as the cover or closing page with a reflective ending. Maintain a consistent tone, introspective, film-like, visually rich. Output only the storybook text, no layout notes. Paste this into Gemini and watch the magic happen. Within seconds, you'll see your full cinematic dreamer storybook appear. Each chapter flows naturally from the previous image, creating an emotional arc, from quiet solitude, reflection sparks of inspiration fulfillment. Your first chapter might make you pause its cinematic, almost like a short film in words. The middle chapters will pull your reader through the artist's quiet nights and creative struggles. And the final chapter, a reflective, fulfilling ending that ties all the emotions together beautifully. This is your cinematic story, built from your own vision, with AI as your collaborator.
The world outside was a cacophony of sirens, hurried footsteps, and ceaseless chatter. But Silas needed silence, a deep, resonant quiet that would let the small, insistent voice of inspiration be. Sometimes his ideas felt too large for the room, too vast for the page. He needed scale to understand the scope of his own thoughts. He walked into the void of the city glittered below him.
Alright, here's the final stage, step 6. Preparing for social media and sharing your cinematic dreamer's story with the world. Let's start with Instagram carousels. Use 1080, 1350 portrait format and pick 5-6 of your images to tell your story in sequence. Think of it as guiding your audience through a mini-film frame by frame. Add snippets from your storybook as captions on each slide, and suddenly your post becomes an emotional, scroll-stopping journey. Next up, Reels or TikTok. Here, go vertical with a 9:16 ratio. You can combine your images with story text overlays from your chapters or a short voiceover narrating your cinematic dreamer's journey. Even a 20-30 second clip can feel cinematic if you pair your visuals with thoughtful pacing and gentle background music. Your audience will feel like they're stepping into your dreamer's world. And here's a simple caption idea to tie it all together. Every dream begins in the dark before it shines. A cinematic story of an artist chasing inspiration through the night. Before we celebrate your amazing work, let's take a quick pause for the important stuff, ethics and creative ownership. Always be honest with your audience. A simple note like, images created with AI story, written with Gemini, is all it takes. It shows respect, builds trust, and keeps your art transparent. Use your own photo or a model you have permission to use. This keeps your story authentic and avoids any trouble. Remember, we're here to inspire, not imitate. Your goal is to spark emotion and creativity, not copy someone else's work. Also, don't forget to save all your prompts and images. This is like keeping your secret recipe. It helps you stay consistent, revisit your style, and even build future projects faster. Look at what you just accomplished. You built a cinematic concept that feels alive and intentional. You generated emotion-filled AI portraits that truly tell a story. You refined, upscaled, and polished your visuals to make them professional. You turned your images into a poetic storybook with Gemini, each chapter cinematic and emotional. You prepare your story for social media, ready to captivate and inspire. But here's the coolest part. You didn't just make images. You crafted a journey, a story of light, shadow, solitude, and inspiration. Every image, every chapter, every tiny detail now carries your vision. And honestly, that feeling when you see it all come together, cinematic, cohesive, and fully yours, is magical. That's the power of combining creativity with AI. And now you have the full toolkit to keep making stories that move people.